I'm Robbie. This is my 2014 Mustang Roush RS. I wasn't thinking too much about a Mustang in this body style. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but when I saw this one on Craigslist, I actually kind of fell in love with it. The main reason I got it was just the price point. For the money, it's such a good value. So with the Roush RS package, which I didn't even know existed until I saw this one, it comes with lots of aero stuff like the splitter, the fake hood scoop, upgraded wheels. Also comes with Roush lowering springs, just lots of aero stuff as well as a spoiler in the back. Lots of stuff that I think really complements the Mustang exterior. I just have the Roush axle backs, which is essentially just a straight through glass pack, and then no resonators and JBA shorty headers. It has a single piece aluminum drive shaft, I can't remember the exact brand, and it is upgraded to 3.73 gears opposed to the 3.13 or 3.21 gears that it comes with factory. One of the reasons I got this was just the easy, like how easy it was to drive it. It's such a smooth manual. It's very easy to shift, super easy to you know, rev match, downshift, all that.
So this thing has a stick to hold the hood up, but because it's Roush, we got struts. How's it going, everybody? This is Robbie. This is his 2014 Roush V6 Mustang, and we're just gonna give it a go. See how this does. Is the red line really 7? That's awesome. I love V6s, dude. They rev to 7. I always call that the V6 killer because it's like I have yet to find a V6 that even comes close, but I like that they rev to 7 and they sound good. That just doesn't. You gotta let off at like 55 max if you're really trying to go
because
fast.
the turbo is just not
it just kind of dies. Now if you had a big turbo, it'd go farther, but still it doesn't sound like, you know, a V6 at 7 grand.
Yeah,
it's a little better.
See, it's a very easy
Oh my
clutch.
god, that's so nice.
The backfires I told you about.
This is a really easy car to drive.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I fell in love with it.
That is really nice. Oh my gosh, this might be the easiest manual I've driven. Yeah, that is delightful. It feels so modern. I feel like I have a heads-up display on mine.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It almost feels like it should have one.
Yeah.
That's a really new thing though.
It's definitely not very optioned out, but like I said, for what I paid for it and just for a daily driver, I couldn't ask for more.
This feels really modern though. Like, I don't know why I expected like it to feel a little older.
Yeah. It's an older style, and they use this S197 chassis. They used this from like 2005 to 2014. So this was the very end of it, and it is older technology in a couple spots. It's got bump steer, but I mean they did it right. That's why they had it for so long.
It actually has pretty good torque for V6 though.
Oh, yeah.
Like down low is really good. The steering's pretty light, but it's like pretty precise.
You can adjust it and change that too.
Really, it has modes?
Yeah, I like the light. I've never even played with it. But.
No, I like light steering for cars as long as it's like direct and I can feel the bumps through the road. Like it's right, or light, but it really does feel good. This is a hooked up car. I could tell it's not like meant for like handling and canyon carving, but
yeah.
Like this is so nice and easy to drive. That's what I like. It's not like a chore to drive it. I need to replace my mounts on my car. Yeah. It's getting to be a chore.
I'm not a big fan of the Roush lowering springs. They're definitely better than stock, but they are a little bouncy.
Yeah. So this does feel like bigger and heavier than mine for sure, but let's see. Jesus. Thing sings out.
Oh yeah. Definitely. It's definitely best like 0 to 60, 0 to 70.
Yeah.
After that,
it dies a little bit. Maybe lack of torque, but
yeah.
No, that's nice. I bet, yeah, first and second gear are probably really nice.
Oh yeah. My friend Connor's gonna hate this, but I keep up with him, no problem, maybe till 50, 55 in his SS. After that, he takes off. But
Oh, it's a 2010 Camaro
12.
SS? 2012.
Super easy to rev match.
Yeah.
It's such a forgiving manual transmission.
It is. Yeah. Is this the manual that people complain about? That Chinese one?
I think it is, but I dig
This
it.
feels great. This feels fantastic. I really like it. People like the manual in my car, but I honestly forgot how good it is because it's a little worn out at 80. I need to replace some stuff. I'll probably get a short shifter.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a little past its prime. Dude, nothing's better than instant torque.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, this leads all the way to Temecula.
You can see when you pull first, it feels pretty good.
I'll attempt. This is a really good clutch.
Yeah.
Really good.
For stock, it's smooth.
You know, people like chase like really good handling cars, and I get it. It is nice, and you can, as a driver, you can feel a really good handling car over like something that's maybe not as set up for it like this. But the thing is, you don't, even though you can feel the difference, you kind of don't need it most of the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when people compare, especially the newer Mustangs, if they have a performance pack on them, when they compare that and they say that the Camaro handles better, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like you can feel that the Camaro handles better than really any Mustang short of a Shelby.
Uh-huh.
But just because you can feel it doesn't mean you're ever going to get close to what it can actually do.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
this, like I know I'm not like pushing this car through the turns, and I know I can do a lot more, but it's still like, it's still fun just to like I'd rather have, like, after owning that turbo car for a long time, I'd rather own a good the most important thing for me in a car now is how good is the manual transmission, how does the clutch and shifter feel, is it easy to drive, and how's the engine. The engine is actually, I thought I liked handling more than the engine, and not anymore.
Yeah.
I get the whole turbo 4-cylinder scene, obviously I have one, but and it is very, I'll slip around here, it is very cool, and it is fast, good for that, but yeah, the engines.
It's down, like push in, and then all the way over.
Over to this way?
To the right. Or sorry, left.
Oh, it's over there. Right there? Cool. But yeah, there's something about naturally aspirated engines, especially V6 and up, that are very easy to drive, and they're very satisfying.
Definitely sounds like a 350Z.
It really does. Another thing people don't consider is how quick does your car feel for its chassis. Like, you don't need, like, if you have an old car, you do not need like 600 horsepower.
No.
For my car to feel fast, yeah, you kind of do need the SS, actually. I get that now. My car actually didn't even feel quick until it was finally tuned with the forged rods and all that stuff. Now it feels pretty quick, but yeah, the more advanced the chassis is, the more power it needs to actually feel exciting. And this car, while I'm sure this, you know, is it gonna come from that way? I'm pretty sure it came from this way. I'm sure this isn't making like crazy torque. Do you know the torque on this car?
Stock, I think it's like 274.
So yeah,
like it's around the 270 mark.
So it's in the 2s, and it really doesn't feel that much off of my car. And my car is supposedly making 400, which is a crank. Okay, this was the bump.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bumpy.
It's so satisfying,
dude. It's so much louder when you're outside of it.
Oh, I bet it is.
It really screams.
Dude, that's like every car. So, okay, so driving this around a little more, it is, I don't quite feel the confidence like in like my car, but it does feel a little heavier, but it has the grip. Like it hasn't squeaked on us once.
Yeah.
It has the grip, it feels like it shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fourth gear, 3,000 RPM, it does still have torque. Like it's not lacking like some V6s are. That just makes it really drivable.
Oh yeah.
Like even in the city, like if you want to kind of get in front of someone, just boom, you're in front of someone.
Yeah. And I do have to say the 3.73 gears definitely help.
Oh, that's right.
Definitely help.
That's right. That does a lot for like each gear. It really wakes up a lot of cars. That's why old cars were quicker, because they had like 411s in them.
Yeah.
And it's not that they were fast. You race them against anything today, they're not really anything crazy impressive. as far as like 0 to 100, but they felt quick because once again, power for the chassis. You
Yeah.
know, those old designs.
Yeah. No, they feel quick up until. She definitely screams.
Sounds good. There we go. So first gear, literally going into a turn. Let's see. That's not bad. It's really hooked up. Like, I feel like the GT would be a lot sketchier with the live axle.
It really. That's why there's so many Mustang videos.
That's where it comes from. It is the V8s, because this V6 is like proper for like
Yeah.
what it is. Like, it doesn't seem. This isn't sketchy at all.
When you add over an extra 100 horse in torque, that's when people just don't really know how to control it.
Feels good. Nothing replaces the little naturally aspirated response, dude.
Instant torque, yeah.
It's fantastic. Alright, so I'm starting a new score system called the Rev Rating, and we're going to start by rating Robbie's Roush. Some good alliteration there. First up is styling and sound. So I think the 2013 and 2014 Mustang looks have held up really well, especially with all of these Roush accents on this one. I love the front end of this car. It has that proper muscle car face to it. As for the sound, it sounds exactly like a really nice exhaust on a 370Z. I personally like that sound, and I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 in this category. So next up, does it feel fast? So this is a pretty solid chassis, and when paired with the V6, it doesn't necessarily feel fast, but it does feel satisfying, and it does have power and torque throughout its entire rev range, even at the lower RPMs. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Next is handling. All of the Roush parts on this car help it feel a little more buttoned down and stable compared to the usual Mustang suspension. It definitely feels like a big car when you throw it into corners, but it does a pretty good job at muscling its way through a canyon road. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 as well. Next is comfort and features. I thought these seats were pretty comfortable, the interior is pretty spacious, and this is one of the friendliest manual transmissions I've driven so far, really easy to use. The one downside is that most Roush RS packages were added to the base model Mustang, so it only does come with some basic features and unfortunately the base stereo system, which is not very good. I'm still giving it a 6 out of 10. And finally, value. This is where the Mustang shines. With this Roush package, it's a fun, modern, rear-wheel drive V6 platform with very few competitors. You could argue that a 370Z would be a better choice for the same money, but I do know plenty of people who would prefer a Mustang for the looks alone and the bigger space, of course. A 2016 V6 Camaro would be the best of both worlds, but now we're talking $20,000 at the cheapest, which is $5,000 more than the Roush RS, so it gets an 8 out of 10. Add it all up and this car gets a 33 out of 50, which is the first score in the performance library. I hadn't scored cars in the past, so there's nothing to compare it to as of right now, but there will be many more car reviews to come, so stay tuned, and I'll talk to you guys next time. See ya.